Let's look at the next 3 months, a little more than 3 months for the junior calendar in Southern California. And we'll talk through all of this stuff. I recommend, first of all, you can find the 2022 calendar at sdyc.org, and that will be updated with links specifically for each event as we get through the next few days. It's now December 3rd. scyra.org. You want to go there. The calendar is also there. It's a little more in depth. It's got a few more national things on it. And then you want to do the mailing list on this group. Okay, so as a parent, you should go there, create an account, and get on the SCYYRA mailing list, Southern California Youth Yacht Racing Association. And then PCISA.org is the high school organization, and you'll learn a lot about that as we talk through here. We're pretty much focusing on Sabbats, lasers, Club 420s, and then 29ers. You can sail different boats. We encourage you to do two types of boats. So for instance, you could be a Sabbat and a 29er sailor, or a laser and a 29er sailor, or a laser and a C420 sailor. I don't suggest you take 3 boats on. I suggest you pick 2. Get really good at the Sabbat and laser first. That's just a general statement there. Get your skippering skills really nailed down before you really push into double-handed. Okay, so we're gonna start with right now. This weekend is the SCYYRA clinic at US Sailing Center Long Beach. That is an essentially invite-only resume clinic for the SCYYRA youth racing team, which is a team that they select amongst the very best sailors in the state of California, from Santa Barbara down to San Diego. You have to apply to get on that team, then you get accepted, and then you go to that clinic. Then we move on to December 11-12. That is the Club 420, C420 Perry Series Regatta. That's the second one of the year. It's over at Coronado Yacht Club. If you're not signed up yet, get all over that. Get down to your C420s and start practicing. Get out and practice. The thing that's different about C420s than most others is we do more reaching, especially once it gets up over 11 knots. You got to be good at beam reaching with a spinnaker. Okay, then we move into December 12th, coming up here in a couple weeks. High school Socal at Mission Bay Yacht Club. That is an event that really counts for nothing. Socals are practice events. You have to be registered to a high school team to sail them, but you can actually be in 8th grade to sail Socals. They really don't count for anything. They are practice events. I think there's 5 or 6 a year, and every kid in high school sailing should be doing 2 or 3 of those. They get a lot of races in. They get more races in a Socal than they do in 2 regular high school regattas. So, and that's because you don't rotate boats at Socals. When you go to a real high school regatta, you rotate boats every 2 races, and so you get a lot less sailing in individually. Okay, December 18th, 19th is the High Performance Youth Sailing Clinic. It's called the Multi-Clinic. Get signed up for that right away. Those are subsidized clinics in lasers, 420s, and 29ers, and world-class coaches teaching that. So make sure you get into that. One reason why we're looking at the calendar now is so that you all can select a really intelligent schedule for your sailor. So sit down with your sailor and talk it out. You don't have to do every event. Don't feel pressure to do every event in every class. You know, you can skip a regatta once in a while. But you can see there's a lot of options. That's why we're talking about it. Okay, then you get high school regatta 3 of 5. So this is the 3rd high school sailing regatta for this season, the 2021-22 season. The Rose Bowl Regatta is at the US Sailing Center Long Beach. There you go. In high school sailing, you sail 5 events prior to the Pacific Coast Championship, and they only keep 3 of those scores. So just so you know how the system works, there'll be 5 high school regattas in a season leading up to the PCCs in April. Now, San Diego Yacht Club, we have Shadden Series, FJ. 15th of January. 16th then, and that's a one-day event. 16th is the team race. So you got to get your teams together. Start putting your teams together for that. We got to get signed up. One reason why we're talking right now is that if you sign up for events early, parents and sailors, if you sign up early, then it snowballs. All of a sudden your friends start signing up and we get more kids out there, making it more fun for everybody. Moving on to the 22nd and 23rd of January is the next big Sabbat Regatta. It's the North Series, the Lowell North Series. I believe it's the second one of the series, I'm not sure. That's at Alamedas Bay Yacht Club. So Sabbat sailors, that is the big event that's coming up. And great venue up there, sailing right off of Alamedas Bay Yacht Club. Okay, on the 22nd of January is the SCYRA meeting for parents, also at ABYC. So parents, if we spread the load and everybody gets involved, we can make these SCYRA events even that much better for the kids. Okay, then you go to the next weekend, 29-30, C420 Dave Perry Series Regatta, U.S. Sailing Center, Long Beach. Now we're starting to, potentially see storm conditions there too. If we get a storm lined up with that event, you'll see some reaches on that regatta. And if you haven't practiced reaching, you're gonna learn a lot. So make sure you're practicing beam reaching with a spinnaker up to get ready for those Perry Series regattas. The Perry Series is the highest level of competition in California. So the largest number of good sailors in the state of California are in the C420, and that regatta has most of them. Okay, then we got another Socal. Remember, Socals don't really count for anything. You got to be on a team though, and you can also be 8th grade for a Socal. That's at ABYC. Now we go up here to February. This is not on the calendar yet, but Sabbat and Laser Luffin Regatta at San Diego Yacht Club, February 5th, 6th. And so Luffins are low pressure regattas. They are development events. Everybody should consider doing them because they allow everybody to go out there in a low pressure environment, do a one-day event in Sabbats, then come back the next day and jump in your C420 or your 29er, or even they do the big skiff boat, I don't know what we call those, the Bics. We do a Luffin regatta there. Those are both at San Diego Yacht Club. So everybody should be really planning for that. Cheap and low pressure. Then this one is likely, many coaches should be racing on this event. This is called the Southern California Yachting Association members. So the question now is, do we send coaches to that? I suggest people go to that. For Sabbats, it's at Newport Harbor. And I don't know where everywhere else is. But I suggest we go uncoached. I suggest we take our kids up there and have them go and do a regatta without having a support boat all the time there. So that's an event that we haven't decided on whether coaches are going or not for our club. The 19th through the 21st is, I believe it's the first Youth World Qualifier for the 29er. There's 2 Youth World Qualifier regattas. This is February 19th through 21, and that's in Miami. And then that same weekend is the Club 420 Midwinters in Florida. I'm not sure where that is exactly, but look that up. And C420 Midwinters. If you're going to do regattas like this, these are 100 boat regattas plus. This is a 100 boat regatta, very big regatta. If you're going to do it, you got to get on it early. And it's kind of like a national championship almost. It's a very high level event. Then here we go, February 26, 27, high school regatta. This is the 4th of 5 regattas for high school sailing, and it's at Treasure Island in San Francisco. There you go on that one. Then we get into March. March is very busy, and this will be the last month we talk about for right now. Always remember, you can email me at john@sdyc.org with your questions. Ask me what regattas would be best for your kid, in my opinion. Okay, March 5, 6, FJ Regatta at ABYC. They also have Sabbats and 29ers racing there. Again, this is not really part of any SCYYRA series. So the question is, do you take coaching or not? We want to talk about it early so there's no surprises. I'm a proponent of kids attending regattas without a paid coach all the time and work around the safety by sending somebody out in a coach boat or something of that nature. But again, raising the issues early on some of these regattas where maybe there's a question about whether there's coaches going or not. Okay, then March 10 through 13, Laser Midwinters East. This is a huge regatta that we'll have some kids go to. St. Petersburg Yacht Club, St. Pete Yacht Club in Florida. March 12, 13, the last high school regatta before the High School Pacific Coast Championship is the Gaucho. That's at Santa Barbara Yacht Club. Then the next weekend after that is a match race clinic with Dave Perry at Long Beach Yacht Club. Dave Perry is the world's foremost coach in match racing, and he has a big connection. As you can see, our C420 series is named after a PE coach from Connecticut. And the reason is because he spent so much time in the last 40 years here in Southern California working with kids. So the absolute best coach right there for that event. Okay, 1920, high school Socal right here at San Diego Yacht Club. It's a 2-day Socal. Again, those are very low key. They don't really count for anything. 24 through 27, Laser Midwinters West. So it's going to be in Marina del Rey, probably Cal Yacht Club. I'm not sure of that. You'll need to look it up. But for local laser sailors, this is a huge event that you're shooting for starting now. Huge event. This is a youth world qualifier for the 29ers. Huge event. There's going to be 40 boats at least at that event. 29er Midwinters West at ABYC, March 25 through 27. It's the second of 2 youth world qualifiers. And there's about 5 or 6 teams that are going to be contenders for that one spot. And everybody else below that top 5 should just be getting signed up and practicing as hard as they can to get ready for this. Okay, try to really set that as your goal regatta in the 29er. And then also that same weekend in March, I don't know, this is ABYC also, is the U.S. Sailing Olympic Development Program Midwinters West. So they actually, these are the classes for I believe the U.S. Youth Championships. The IQ foil is foiling a windsurfer board, kiting, and then the I-420. So just to recap really quickly, make sure you're looking at each month really carefully, go through with your sailors, start planning out the events that you're going to do. I realized just now that there's a Spring Gold Cup in March that does not seem to be on the calendar that I'm looking at. So I'll probably need to amend this at some, there it is, yes. Okay, so 19 and 20 of March, sorry about that. You have the Sabbat Spring Gold Cup. So that is a huge Sabbat event that I neglected to put up there, but that's a good reminder for us to not forget that one, to get in on that. So remember, go right away, go to the sdyc.org/juniors, click on the calendar, go here, get on the mailing list, go here and start learning more about high school sailing, and let's start working on the 2022 calendars so that we can be very organized, get sign up early, and get all of our friends to sign up. Because once you guys sign up, all your buddies start signing up, all your kids' friends start signing up, and it snowballs. Thank you guys. Email me if you have questions about all this stuff.